Tenant Rules and Regulations. Attachment 4. It is a pleasure to welcome you as a tenant. We believe that a good landlord-tenant relationship is an important part of a positive rental experience. Positive landlord-tenant relationships are created, in part by clear communication. These rules and regulations are in addition to, and made part of, the lease agreement. These are areas of special concern and/or subjects that have been an issue in the past for prior tenants. All tenants over the age of 18 please read and initial each section. If you have any questions or concerns regarding any subjects below, now, before lease signing, is the time to present them. To protect your comfort, safety, and enjoyment, and that of your neighbors, landlord has adopted the following rules and regulations concerning your conduct while a tenant of the premises. Failure to comply with the rules will constitute a material breach of the lease agreement and may constitute a just cause for eviction. Upon giving 30 days written notice, landlord reserves the right to amend any portion of these rules and regulations. Pets. No animal, dog, cat, bird, or other pet shall be kept on the premises without landlord's prior written consent. Garage. Garages are primarily to be used for means of parking cars and storage. Garages are not to be used as additional living or social gathering spaces. Belongings. Keep all personal belongings either in the unit, on the balconies, or in the garage at all times. Please do not allow personal belongings to spill out into the common areas. Property appearance. Alterations that will affect the property's appearance, such as window coverings, shall not be permitted without landlord's prior written approval. No signs, advertisements, posters, or similar displays, except burglary prevention notices, may be affixed to the exterior of any door or window, or to any exterior wall without landlord's prior written approval. Garbage cans, brooms, mops, cardboard boxes and similar articles are to be kept inside the tenant's premises. Towels, rugs, clothing, and other articles are not to be hung from windows, railings or balconies. Tenants are responsible for the general cleanliness and sanitation of the property. In order to preserve the appearance and cleanliness of the property, tenants shall take care to prevent waste from dropping or spilling on carpeting, concrete, walkways, and/or other common areas. Residential dwellings. The property you are residing in is a residential dwelling. Running a business out of the premises or garage is strictly prohibited. Doing so voids owner's insurance policy and is in strict violation of the lease agreement. Childcare/daycare services are not permitted on the property or in the premises under any circumstances. The exception to this rule are the parents and their children, grandparents and their grandchildren, nieces and nephews, and any other family dynamic involving the raising or watching of their related children. Repairs and alterations. Without the prior written consent of landlord, tenants shall not make any repairs, alterations, structural, or cosmetic changes to the premises. This includes painting, use of large nails in the wall or structure, or in any way altering the cosmetic appearance of the inside or outside of the unit. Tenants shall not, without landlord's prior written consent, alter, rekey or install any locks to the premises. Peace and quiet. Tenants shall be entitled to quiet enjoyment of the premises. Tenant shall not make or permit any noise, or engage in or permit any other conduct, which disturbs or offends other residents or neighbors. Special consideration must be exercised before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m. Tenant is responsible for ensuring that disturbing noises are not caused by tenant's family, guests, or invitees before and after such times. All musical instruments, television sets, stereos, radios, etc., are to be played at a volume which will not disturb other tenants. Social gatherings of tenants and their guests are welcomed provided that such gatherings do not become loud, boisterous, or generally objectionable, as judged in owner's sole discretion, so as not to interfere with the right of quiet enjoyment of other residents and neighbors. Parties are subject to the aforementioned time considerations. Conduct. Tenants and their guests or invitees shall not use the premises or adjacent areas in such a way as to 1. Violate any law or ordinance, including laws prohibiting the use, possession, or sale of illegal drugs, 2. Commit waste or nuisance, or 3. Annoy, disturb, inconvenience or interfere with the quiet enjoyment and peace and quiet of any other tenant or nearby resident. Consumption of alcoholic beverages, by tenants or their guests, is prohibited in the common areas of the premises. Residents are expected to cooperate with each other in resolution of any potential disputes, and are encouraged to use the services of a local dispute resolution service if they are having difficulty at dispute resolution on their own. Tenant recognizes and agrees that owner is not in a position to be an arbiter of disputes between tenant and other residents or neighbors of tenant, and that it is unfair and impractical to demand that owner take sides between them or use owner's authority against one resident for the benefit of another. Therefore, tenant agrees that under no circumstance will owner be required to take any sort of action whatsoever as between tenant and other resident to resolve disputes, nor shall owner be required to evict, or threaten to evict, any resident because of a dispute with or demand by tenant, and owner's failure to do so shall not give rise to a claim against owner for breach of tenant's quiet enjoyment or any other cause. Smoking is not permitted at any time inside the premises. Refer to lease for property-specific smoking rules. Crimes and/or criminal acts of any kind are strictly prohibited, and grounds for immediate eviction proceedings. Parking and vehicles. Tenants shall park in their assigned place only and shall not permit visitors to use parking facilities. Only vehicles may be parked in parking areas. Motorcycles, motor-driven cycles, bicycles, etc., shall not be stored in/on patios, fire escapes, hallways, common areas or other non-parking areas. No vehicle or bicycle shall obstruct a drive or in any way interfere with others' access thereto, nor shall they be parked on lawns, shrubberies, patios, walkways, or lawn extensions. Bicycles may not be brought into the premises without prior consent of landlord. Vehicles shall not be repaired, lubricated, or washed on driveways or in parking areas of the premises. Lockouts. Tenants should take care not to lock themselves out of their apartments. If landlord is required to assist any tenant in gaining entry to tenant's unit, between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. there is a $50 charge for each occurrence. Between the hours of 5 p.m. to 9 a.m., there is a $100 charge for each occurrence. You may also call a locksmith at your expense. Insurance. Tenants are encouraged to carry sufficient insurance on their personal property and to protect their personal property from losses due to fire, flood, theft, personal injury or injury to others, or other casualty. Owner/agent will not be responsible for replacement of any tenant's personal items due to, but not limited to, aforementioned reasons. Free preview end. Purchase required to gain total access. Visit www.propmanagementforms.com to purchase Property Management Forms package.